What up? This is Rama Screen, and it's time for another select interview. And in the anticipation of Triggered, which arrives on demand and digital November 6th, I'm here talking with one of the stars of this new movie, Reine Swart. How you doing, Reina?
I'm so good, Rama. Thank you so much for having me here on your talk show. It's a privilege.
Awesome, and happy Halloween to you, by the way.
Oh, yes, this Saturday. Yay.
Well, tell me something. I'm curious about that. I know you reside in LA now, but do people in South Africa celebrate Halloween the same way we do here in America, or is Halloween just a so-so holiday, not a big deal over there?
No, you're completely right. It's not a big deal at all. It's actually we only see it in movies. So we're like, oh, trick or treat. So I know what it is and everything, but it's not big at all. And when I first, because I moved to America about 3 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is a big holiday because everyone has like these ghosts and stuff up at their houses and they dress. So I kind of, people have fun in America, obviously dressing up, but maybe you can tell me more because, yeah.
No worries. I'm just curious. I have a lot of South African friends, and they're just lovely, lovely people. Um, Let me start by saying that as a fan of Z Nation, that scene in that newsroom was my favorite. My favorite,
Oh,
totally.
really?
God, that show was a hoot.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had so much fun. Like just reading the news and the zombies running around, like do 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 do. Like this is my dedication. I need to read the news. That was
Oh,
so much fun.
oh my God. So you are no stranger to the horror genre, of course, with Z Nation and The Lullaby, and you directed this upcoming movie that I want to watch called Hex. So what is it about Trigger that's unique and separate from the horror thrillers that you've done thus far?
I think what's really great about it, it's suspenseful and it's quick and it's bloody and it's gory and everything, but there's a lot of humor in it as well. So just as you think it's just serious and we're about to die, then someone says something that's a little funny, so you get to relax while watching it as well, even though you're like on the edge of your seat and you're wondering, oh, who's going to die next and whose time is almost up. So um, it was my first film that's so quick paced. Yes, you're right, I've done a few horrors, and so I really like the genre and everything, but it was really great just working on something that is really a great pace. It's a great script. It's a wonderful group of cast members I worked with, and a very talented director. Yes, so it was a lot of fun.
Triggered has that slasher elements to it and a little bit of a battle royale, Hunger Games type of situation, where in the end there can be only one. Um, what was the most challenging part about shooting this film? Because I imagine running around or being chased around at nighttime shooting was was the difficult part, right?
Oh, you're on point. You're absolutely on point. It's just like it was just night shoots, and going from sleeping during the day to being awake at night. It is tiring. And Ryan, who I played, had a lot of. She was very wordy, and she's the geeky one that makes plans, and she had a lot of lines. So I have to make sure I know those lines very well, because you get tired at 5 a.m. in the morning if you've been awake all night. So that was really challenging. But all in all, it was really fun, and it was a great experience. And what's great is we all became friends, and I think you can, even though we killed each other, on set, we became friends, which is really cool.
uh, on that note, since you mentioned your character, how would you describe Ryan? Because the impression I got when I was watching her was, this is a nerd, the smart one with all the answers. Everybody looks up to her, and that gives her a lot of pressure when she doesn't have the answers.
Oh yeah, that's a great summary too. It's what we all know, that person that's she can't help it, but she always wants to, you're that person that corrects everyone. Like if you
Ah,
say something wrong, you're
yes.
like, no, 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 it's this, you know. So she's kind of like that. She just can't help herself that everything needs to be perfect. And she's very intelligent, and she works very hard. So in the story, she's in an Ivy League, you know, studying at an Ivy League, and she's doing very well. And yeah, just playing her was really fun. And I guess, okay, so I can say I was a little nerdy in school too. I liked playing video games. I liked playing chess for school, and you know, so that I kind of like drawed from the character. And yeah, and I'll try not to correct anyone, but I don't really, because I don't know as much as she does. So yeah.
Many of the characters in this movie also have their relationship dilemmas, if you will, jealousies, flings, anger over being cheated on. Some of them even think that Ryan, chooses loser guys. So, what do you think is the significance of the fact that these are basically friends? They're not complete strangers at the beginning of the story.
Yeah, I think that makes it even more interesting, because I'm not saying, because I would never want to be in a situation where, you know, like triggered ever, ever, ever. But now you have to decide whether you die or you kill someone to save someone you love or to save yourself. So, and knowing the other person, that makes it harder, because you've
Yes.
known this person and you've grown up with this person, and just imagine what would go through your head. And yeah, that's just crazy. So I think it's great that they know each other, because it makes it harder to kill each other.
Agreed. And I asked Lizzle, your co-star, about this. I want to ask you the same question. How heavy was that bomb vest that you guys had to wear the whole time?
Well, I remember it as light, but I could be mistaken.
Okay,
I
light it
think
is.
I remember that I when I saw it, I thought, wow, this is going to be heavy. So maybe my expectations were that it was really heavy, but when I put it on, it was really okay for me. But if you have it on for 12 hours, you know, after 10 hours, it becomes really heavy, and you have to run with it and everything. So it's uncomfortable, but it was really cool. It looked cool. Yeah.
Definitely, it looked really, really fun. As I'm winding down to my final questions, I mentioned earlier about your directorial movie Hex. So, which hat do you enjoy wearing the most? Director's hat or actor's hat?
Well, you know, with directing and acting, there's specific things, you know, they have their pros and cons. With acting, it's nice, you go on set and you focus on the acting, and that's your primary goal. But with directing, you have to focus on the acting and this and this and this, you know, and I really like that. But I really have, you know, I like that, but I do like acting as well, because it's just focused on the acting. But I would love to do a lot more films that I direct. It was a big privilege, and you know, you get to be a part of every single department. Whereas with acting, you're only acting, and it's lovely to act, and it's also a privilege.
So, final question: when do we get to see Hex?
Oh, it's coming out in America in the middle of December this year, 15 December. So yeah, it's coming to America.
All right, all right. Fans at home, everybody go check out Triggered, which arrives on demand and digital November 6th. Reina, thank you so much for talking to me, and congratulations on your movie.
Oh, thank you, Rama. It's been lovely to chat with you. Thank you so much.